Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching Kel-Sei's Way TV and I am Kel-Sei and I'm back with another video. What's poppin'? What's good? I'm sitting in my bed filming this video, coming to you trying to be a productive queen because honestly I've been in here watching YouTube videos all day doing nothing. And I was like, remember when we talked about like being more consistent self? You're not doing nothing, so let's like pop your shit and like make a video. Let's learn something today. So that is what I am here to do for you. So what are we talking about today in this real quick impromptu Kel-Sei Deuce one thing productive because I said so type of day, type of vibe that we in? We're talking about emotional intelligence. And now, because I would like my videos to be a little more concise and shorter, because y'all attention span is kind of small, and the way that I like to ramble is not there analytically with how y'all be watching my videos, because I've been looking at the analytics and y'all really not too much here for the 30-minute videos. So I'ma just break down these concepts and we're gonna call this one the introduction to emotional intelligence, because I feel like in today's atmosphere, we need to talk about this a little more and we need to help each other gain a little more emotional intelligence, because I feel like we think we got it, but a lot of us don't. Anyway, what is emotional intelligence? Some of you may ask. Well, I'm pulling it up here and on this little search engine called Yahoo, because my computer don't want to use Google for some oddball reason. It says emotional intelligence is the ability to identify, assess, and control the emotions of oneself, of others, and of groups. So let's break it down. Starting with the ability to identify emotions of oneself, of others, and of groups. Let's just say that this is we can't say let's just say. This is literally step one of obtaining emotional intelligence and having a high level of emotional intelligence, being able to identify how you are feeling. I am the queen. If I'm fine, I'm okay. Like, brush it off, dust yourself off and try again. As long as I got my bare minimum needs met, like, I'm Gucci. Like, what more can I want? When that really do not be the honest to God truth. A lot of the times, especially because I always tell you guys, I'm very extreme. Most days, okay, let me, how do I break this down? I'm either baseline or I'm an extreme. So sometimes when I say I'm fine or I'm okay, I'm legit fine or okay. But other times if I'm in the midst of a field and I'm just saying that to get you to leave me alone, I'm on one of them extreme sides. I'm either super, super happy, but I can't really talk about it yet, or super, super upset that I haven't fully digested that feeling to where fine, okay is going to have to do, because I'm not really sure where I am, or I don't know how to articulate it. And because I'm such an extreme, the way that I may come off ain't gonna be good for either one of us. So I'm fine or I'm okay will have to do. But if I want to be emotionally intelligent, I'm gonna need to be able to accurately identify how it is that I'm feeling. Because once you're able to identify it, then and only then are you able to start the process of either being able to feel in this moment or to push through so that you can regulate back to whatever it is that your normal is. So now that we have that identification, and I think that I kind of just started to explain being able to assess one's emotions or the group or others' emotions. I kind of just started to go into that. Once you identify it and then being able to say, okay, if this is what sad is for me, why am I feeling this way? What can I do to either go ahead and take it all in and then get rid of it? Or if I'm happy, oh my goodness, what is it that's making me happy, and how do I get more of this? How can I make this more of a consistent thing? How can I make this my neutral, if you like that feeling? but we'll never get to the assessment part if we can't identify first. And then I think the assessment also might even be able to sometimes be the first step when we're speaking of the emotions of others or a group. If you cannot read the room, you're gonna run into a lot of trouble. If you're not able to kind of take a glance and see where everybody at, is this person happy, is this person sad, is this person this and that. I'm not saying be a mind reader, but being able to read the room and see what level everybody is on, kind of like what mood we at. That way that you can kind of figure out if this is where you need to be, or if you might need to skedaddle, or if there's anything that you can do to help this situation. Because a lot of times people go into conversations or go into situations, one, not being able to identify their own feelings or their own emotions, and then two, bouncing all around this person who is visibly upset or something is not right here, but you still like, well, I'm happy, so I mean everybody else should be happy. I don't know what's going on, and you just poking and pride until boom, they explode, and you like, what happened? You didn't read the room. That's a part of emotional intelligence. Not only being able to identify and assess your feelings, but also being able to identify and assess the feelings and the emotions of the room. Therefore, you don't make it worse, or you may have the opportunity to help them make it better for themselves, which would in turn help everybody make it better for the room, you know? So I think those two sometimes can be interchangeable as far as first step. I think personally, if you're talking about your personal emotional intelligence and dealing with your own emotional feelings, yeah, you definitely need to identify what it is that you're feeling first. But when it comes to others people, if you're able to at very minimum assess that something ain't right here, then you all can work together to identify what it is that they're feeling to get it back to the neutral, or even better, into that opposite extreme of positive. And then also, last but not least, is being able to control your emotions and the emotions around you. When it comes to a personal thing, once you're able to identify, once you are able to assess why you feel a certain way, what it is that you feel, and what usually is the trigger, then you will have all the keys you need to control it. If I understand that this is maybe a trigger for me, or when this happens, sometimes I tend to get in this mood, one, you can get ahead of it. Okay, this might happen, so if it's avoidable, I'm gonna go on a skedaddle because I don't really feel like being in that type of mood. Or, okay, when that does happen and I can't avoid it, I can decide how I'll react to it. I can decide how I'm going to perceive this situation so that that certain feeling that I may not like doesn't happen, or I can catch it quickly enough to turn it around and flip it and get either back to that neutral ground or abundance in the opposite direction towards positivity. And being able to control your emotions, one, opens tons of doors for you, because if you are in an emotional state, if you are constantly being pushed and moved, because one, you don't even know what you're feeling, you don't know how to identify it, you don't know how to assess the situation to start to make adjustments to get you back to your neutral ground or get you back towards the positive side. If you're extreme like me, anything and anybody can tick you off, and anything and anybody can decide how your day is going to go. That ain't really the healthiest of things out there. If you can't say, ooh, that's kind of triggering, I'm gonna stay away from that, or you know what, I'm not gonna perceive it like this, or be able to decide how you are going to feel about certain aspects, you will forever be blowing in the wind in the emotional department. Everything that is extrinsic will control you intrinsically, and it literally takes away your control and your ability to maneuver through the world. Because guess what? The world is going to continue to move around you. And without being able to identify those triggers, without being able to identify those feelings, you'll never even move it into the second step of assessing, like, okay, I know the what, but the why, the how, and everything else that falls in line after that, I never got to that point to where I can understand those, to where I will be able to be more, I will be able to have the ability to self-govern the way I feel, versus, oh God, I'm about to go into another moment, or I'm going to go into this place again. I don't like this place, but I don't know what this place is. I don't like this place, but I don't know how I got here or why I'm here. Or this place again, but it just keeps happening and I don't know how to get out of it. And it's all because of something that's around you. And you never know when you're going to walk into that place, because you never know what extrinsic forces are going to jump upon you. Those are the things that we can't control. But the controllable in something like emotional intelligence is, one, being strong enough to say, I feel sad. I feel blank. I feel lost. I feel confused. I feel frustrated. And the positives are a little easier, because it's like, okay, I'm happy today. I'm excited, And sometimes we don't even let ourselves say that, but those are easier to say, which is why I'm not using those as an example. Because if we can't identify those bad emotions, and from there, we can't assess why we feel that way so that we can get a better understanding of what this place is, how on earth will we be able to control it? And some of us walk around like emotional giants. Like, man, can't nobody faze me. I'm unpressable. I'm untouchable. But you don't even understand why you're upset. You don't even take the time to say, I am upset. This upset me. You a giant, all right. But it's not because you big and strong and you big and tough like you think you are. It's because people can poke you and prod you and make your head explode and do whatever they want to you and get you in whatever mood, because you refuse to identify, you refuse to assess, and you refuse to grab that rein and say, I'm going to be happy today. Here's why. Because I'm going to feel through this sadness. I'm going to feel through this anger. I'm going to assess this sadness. I'm going to assess this anger. And then I am going to make the conscious effort to push through. Because I'm not going to say move on. I really don't like that term, because a lot of times we make move on and get over it synonymous. Yes, you technically do, like, okay, I've healed, I've gone through that emotion, so I am literally continuing and marching forward, but I don't even want to make that connection. I'm going to push through is a better term for me. So with that being said, I hope if this year hasn't taught you anything, it's taught you that mental toughness and emotional toughness are great assets and great attributes to be able to have. But if we're going to speak on emotional toughness, we also need to speak on emotional intelligence and being able to identify, being able to assess, being able to control. And then we're going to talk about it even more. Being able to articulate our emotions is the key to being emotionally tough. It's, in a sense, to me, essential, because life will throw things at you every single day. And you have the choice to just get tossed around or find some type of structure and stability in which you can stand in and be able to say, this kind of sucks. but I'll get through it. I'll push through it. I will do more than manage. I'll soar. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. We're gonna come back to this emotional intelligence because some of y'all might not hear me on this first go around. Some of y'all might need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more videos on the topic. But we're gonna get you there. I promise you. We're gonna get you there. Baby steps. I first just needed to introduce the words, you feel me? So make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and turn my notification bell on because you want to see all my videos, like all of them. Yeah, all of them. So make sure you're always notified that I am uploading and there's new content because your girl is really out here trying. Because I didn't feel like doing nothing today, but look at me. I'm here. I'm blessing you with the purple and the blue. And I just taught you a new word if you didn't know it already. Bye.